Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome back. This is week number 2. We're reading the Torah portion of Noach, the story of the flood. And I wanted to share a few reflections with you, our dear community. Last night, we started again for the season, the farmer's market. And I was out there selling bread, selling challah, as I do every year during the winter season, trying to meet Jewish people. And over the years, I have to tell you, we've met lots of Jewish people this way. But last night there was something different. It was the beginning of the season. Usually there's not too much action. And there were hundreds and hundreds of children running around. And of course they were trying to collect candy. They were going around to all the vendors asking, can you please give candy? Dulces, dulces. And they were asking all sorts of people for different things. And there were some nice couples giving candy, and there were vendors giving candy. And it made me think. It got me thinking. You know, in Judaism we have a holiday. It's called Purim, where we get dressed up just like they do on Halloween and Dia de los Muertos that they celebrated last night, the Day of the Dead. And we have a mitzvah on Purim, which is a mitzvah called Mishloach Manot, which is to give food packages to one another. It's a mitzvah about giving candy, giving food packages to another. It seemed like the holiday last night was all about teaching children how to take. And why am I sharing this with you? Because it's connected to the Torah portion of Noach. And why? Because God, in the beginning of the Torah, in Genesis, He shares something very powerful, and that is that every human being is created in the image of God. In Parshat Noach, in this week's Torah portion, which is after the flood, after God destroys the world, everybody is destroyed, only Noach and his family remain. God reiterates this. He says once again that every human being is created in the image of God. The difference, of course, is whereas in Genesis it's about me being created in the image of God, in Noah the emphasis is on the other, that the other is created in the image of God. And as we go through life, I think it's an important distinction. The distinction is that we need to be there for others. We have to recognize that even when others are so different than us, so radically different than us, it's a Jewish value to allow ourselves to be enlarged by those differences instead of made smaller. The elections are coming up on Tuesday, and of course, it's always such a fiery time in the United States and all over the world where Americans are getting ready to bring a new president as the leader of the free world. And of course, there's so many differences. But when we remember that not only are we created in the image of God, but others are created in the image of God as well, we could think that our differences, the things that make us different, could actually bring us together in more ways than not. There's a famous blessing that we say after we eat food, that God created us and our differences, and we bless God for that. Rabbis v'chasreinon, He created us and our deficiencies. And we say, thank you, God, for creating us with deficiencies. Why would we do that? Well, because we want to say thank you to God. If He didn't create us with any deficiencies, we would never seek others. We would never seek friendship with others. We would never seek our differences and differences in others to make us greater. So we say thank you to God for our lack. Sometimes you can fill, and your lack I can fill. As we go into this Torah portion and into this Shabbat, may we each try to find within the differences in others how we could become one and how we could become greater through others' differences. Shabbat Shalom.